For more on the significance of these elections, let's bring in Steven Schier. He's a Professor Emeritus of Political Science at Carleton College. Great to have you on the program today. Now, what does this Democratic victory mean for the broader scope of US politics today?
Well, what it tells us is that when Donald Trump is on the ballot, you get high turnout from Republicans and Democrats. When Donald Trump is in the White House but not on the ballot, you get high turnout from Democrats but not Republicans. That helps to explain the Democratic sweep last night.
In fact, probably most telling in New York, where more than 2 million votes were cast in the city's mayoral election for the first time since the 1960s. So was this more Mamdani's policies or this anti-Trump sentiment that brought record voters out, do you think?
Well, I think it's a combination of both. Mamdani's focus on, and his key word was affordability. Discussing the economic stress of so many people who live in New York, plus the fact that he had problematic opponents, including former Governor Cuomo, and the fact that Trump had really upset a lot of people in New York City. All of that.
Right. And the midterms saw Democrats take control of Congress when Biden was in power, and Democrats translated that as their rise against Donald Trump. But it all went up in smoke with Trump's win in November. Will these off-year elections reveal the same story, do you think?
It's quite possible the off-year elections will go badly for the Republicans. As you may know, there's a big redistricting battle going on in many states trying to get partisan advantage in the U.S. House races for that year. Historically, midterm elections are bad for the president's party, and it's hard for Republicans to take any optimism from the results last night.
But in terms of Democrats, though, will this win be used by progressives and the Democratic Party as a reason to swing further to the left, despite a more moderate approach in the past being what has been proven to work?
Well, I think you really have to look across the country and you'll see different strategies by different Democrats. For example, in the Seattle and Minneapolis mayoral elections, more moderate Democrats are prevailing over progressive challengers. In New York, progressivism's on the rise. I'm not sure that will be true across the country.
But Trump is saying also that the shutdown is partly to blame for the GOP election losses. Do you think that he has some weight in that?
Oh, yes. I think that the shutdown is part of an election strategy by the Democratic Party this fall. It really upset a lot of Democrats, and I think helped to mobilize their very high turnout in places like New Jersey and particularly Virginia, where there are 330,000 federal employees not getting their paychecks, and most of them disagree with Donald Trump.
Do you feel Democrats were using this shutdown in their favour rather than just sticking strong in terms of their healthcare demands? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I think it's both. I think they really wanted the healthcare policy changes they're still advocating for, but they also saw real electoral utility and benefit from a shutdown strategy. So I think both things were in play in the minds of Democrats, and that's why they executed this strategy.
All right, Steven Schier, we'll leave it there. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.